Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is Winfred and you're welcome to my channel where it's all about easy meals at home. Today is not any different. We are going to be making ourselves dried peas. I know in the past I've made peas, but these ones, you see there are so many ways of making the same thing, but different ways. Now I've made dried peas before, but this type I've not made before. So join me and see how I turn my dried peas into a very tasty sauce that can go very well with any food. Say like in Uganda we have matoke, it can go very well with matoke, or what other countries call green banana. It can go very well with ugali for my friends in Kenya, or posho for us in Uganda, or cornbread for those of you who are in every other part of the world. It can go so well with sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes. It can go very well with rice. And so join me see how I make my tasty dry pea sauce. Now I have with me dry peas. These were sorted. So what you do a night before, you soak them, sort and soak them. Those of you who are lucky to get them in stores when they are already sorted, you are in luck. But for us here in Uganda, you buy and you start from scratch. So I sorted mine, soaked them overnight for about 24 hours, and they're the ones I'm working with now. And then after soaking them, I got this salt. It is sea salt that I got from Lake Katwe, my trip to Lake Katwe. So you can have sea salt if you have it. Go ahead and use maybe a teaspoon and a half of that. Add it to your dried peas and then put on fire. Let it boil until it's softened. Now mine has boiled. I'll show you how it looks. But these are my ingredients. With the spices, I've got with me here a teaspoon of dried parsley, a quarter a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going easy with black pepper because my people that I'm cooking for tonight are not so much into spices or hotness. I've also got a tablespoon of curry powder, a tablespoon of okra powder. I'll use okra for its nutritive value, but also for the thickening component that is in it. And I've got with me here half a teaspoon of turmeric, and then a teaspoon of beef masala, a teaspoon of chicken masala, and a tablespoon of garlic powder. Now that's with the spices. And with the ingredients, I have with me carrots, 3 carrots that I'm going to go on and slice up. I'm going to cut them into small cubes simply because I want them to match with my peas, so that when I'm serving, my peas look appetizing and colorful. I'm going to use 3 carrots, 2 purple onions, and 2 green bell peppers. These are medium size, that's why I'm using 2 of them. But if you have big ones, you can go ahead and just use 1 green bell pepper. And for the tomatoes, I'm going to use about 8 baby tomatoes. So if you have bigger ones, you can go on and use just 3 or 2. And I'm using half a kilo of dried peas. These ones are tricky, guys, in terms of cooking. They take some time, so it's good, it's paramount that you soak them first before you actually work with them. Now I'm cutting up all my vegetables so that I can be able to work with them easily and quickly. Now for the garlic, I have about 5 cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to grate my garlic, because once it is bigger, the spice, the aromas from the garlic are not easily squeezed out, and I want to be able to taste my garlic. So I will grate it. That way I can taste all the aromas from my garlic. And as for the onions, I'm just going to go on and cut them to the exact size as the onions, as the carrots. So you go on and chop up your ingredients, and then we get ready to cook. Now I've put my pot on fire, and before the oil gets too hot, I add my onions and garlic. Now after squeezing out all the aromas, then I add my carrots so that they can soften. Now that means I'm going to cover this for about maybe 3 minutes until the carrots are softened, depending on your heat. Now our carrots have softened. I'm going to add tomatoes to this. I've used about 6 baby tomatoes. Now to this I'm going to add all the other spices because the tomatoes have softened, and I'll add some salt to this. Now our peas are ready, and I'm just going to drain them and add them to our already cooked vegetables. Now I'm adding the peas to our vegetables. And then I'll mix these and let them cook on low heat until I see my peas have absorbed all the ingredients and they have further softened and changed a bit of color, and then I'll take off. Now our peas are getting there. I'm going to add the green bell peppers. Let them start cook for about a minute or two, and then I'll take off and show you how I'll serve. Now my green bell peppers have been in there for a minute. I'm just going to serve now. This will go very well with rice, and I'm going to be serving it with rice. Those of you who have heard of the song Rice and Peas, these will go very well with my rice. So join me, see how I plate and serve. Now this is how I would plate my rice and peas. These will go down, guys, very easily and very quickly, and the initial time that is spent is when you're soaking your peas to get them soft and easy and quick to cook, especially if you don't have a pressure cooker that you're going to use to speed up the cooking process. But normally when you add salt to your peas, especially sea salt or lake salt, that one softens, works as a catalyst to your peas, and that way they cook quickly and easily and gives them that nice texture when you're enjoying with your loved ones. That is how I would plate and serve my rice. Those of you who are wondering how I made my rice turn out like that, just go on, get a small bowl, pack in your rice, press it down a bit and flip it over. That way you'll be able to get your rice presented like that. Until next time, guys, when we make yet another sumptuous meal. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing and telling friends. Bye bye and enjoy.